Have you ever seen a clear night sky out in the middle of the country? The billions and billions of stars in our universe right there in the sky. I'm told that when you're out in the middle of the Great Lakes, in the middle of the night, it's hard to tell where one star's light begins and another one ends. And yet Paul has described Christians as stars that shine in the universe in the middle of a crooked and dark generation. Have you ever wondered why God has allowed the world around us to become so dark and polluted by sin and immorality? I'm convinced that the darker it is, the brighter our lights shine, and that's why God has allowed that. Jesus put it this way in Matthew 5 and verse 14, "You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. Nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lampstand that it gives light to all who are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven." Christ is said to be the light of the world, and those who follow him are to reflect that light in their own lives. Shining our lights doesn't mean shining our own lights. That was the problem with the Pharisees. But it means reflecting his light so that when other people see it, they in turn glorify the Father. And so reflecting his light means living out our faith intentionally and purposely so that when others see it, they become intrigued by it. It means bearing his fruit as we see in Galatians 5 so that when the world around us see us deal with our enemies and our struggles and difficulties of this life and trials and temptations with love, joy, peace, long-suffering, patience, gentleness, and self-control that is developed within us, they'll long for what we have in Christ. Those are attractive qualities. Reflecting his light means doing good works and telling others about the source of those good works. There's a story about a man who decided he was going to quit his job and become a preacher. And so it led to a lot of different conversations. And one man said, "Is the rumors true?" And he said, "Yes, I'm going to be a preacher." He said, "I always knew you to be a good man, but I never knew you were a Christian." In that moment, he had realized that he worked so hard at developing good works in his life, he had failed at one of the more important points. And that was telling other people about the source. We need to live our lives in such a way that when other people see our lives, they know to glorify God, and they know because we tell them. Other people need to know that it is God who is working in our lives. Shining our lights does not mean that we're to be perfect. There's only one who is perfect, and that was Jesus. And so shining our lights means letting other people see us change and grow as we grow closer to Christ. It means sometimes making amends when we mess up. Sometimes it means messing up real badly and letting other people see us turn to Christ for strength. When we get the humility down, people won't see hypocrisy. They'll see the forgiveness of Jesus, and they'll see him molding and shaping our lives.